In the previous class, we had already discussed about the digestion and the organs which make up the digestive system of human beings. So now in this class, we will discuss about healthy eating habits. Some healthy eating habits we should follow so that our digestive system can function properly. So the proper functioning of our digestive system, we should follow some healthy eating habits, like we should wash our hands with soap before and after all the meals. We should eat the meals at fixed time every day, and we should eat slowly and chew the food properly. We should eat enough water. We should eat enough water before 1 hour after the meal and before the meal. So don't drink water while having the meal. We should drink it hour before or an hour after the meal. Then we should rinse our mouth or clean our mouth after eating every meal. We should not do any exercise or any playing. We should not play immediately after eating. And most important thing, we should eat a balanced diet that contains all the nutrients in adequate quantities. So these are few healthy eating habits are given, like wash hands with soap before and after all meals. Eat all the meals at fixed time every day. We should not change the time every day. Today we are eating now, next day we will eat after 2 hours or 3 hours. So eat all meals at a fixed time every day. Eat slowly and chew the food properly. Always avoid overeating. We should not overeat. It is too tasty or too yummy, so I will eat more and more. That should not be there. Always avoid overeating. Don't drink water while having your milk. Drink it an hour before or an hour after the milk. Then after having your meal or after eating, rinse your mouth so that it will be the whatever the food particles left in between the teeth, that will be clean. Do not do exercise or play immediately after eating. Eat a balanced diet that contains all the nutrients in adequate quantities. Then we should eat all the seasonal fruits and vegetables, and we should not eat too much processed food like pizza, burger all the time. We should not have too much processed food. We should drink enough water and eat enough dairy products such as cheese and curd. So these are the healthy eating habits that we should follow for the proper functioning of our digestive system. So after eating, we should clean our mouth and teeth properly, because if we will not clean our mouth or the teeth properly, it results in the growth of a bacteria. So there are many tiny organisms are present all around us. Those tiny organisms are called microbes. So bacteria is also a microbes. So they are very tiny organisms. We can't see with our naked eye. So to see the microbes, we need a microscope. So microbes are the tiny organisms that grow rapidly in the moist and warm weather. So when we are eating and after eating, if we are not cleaning our mouth or the teeth, then it results in the growth of the bacteria. So we can't see them with unaided eye. That means with naked eye we can't see them. We have to use a microscope to see the microbes. They are very tiny, so that we cannot see them with only naked eye. So they grow rapidly in moist and warm weather. So some microbes are helpful. Some microbes are helpful while others are causing disease. So the disease causing microbes, or the microbes which are causing disease to us, they are called germs. Some microbes are helpful and the others which are causing disease, they are called germs. So disease causing microbes, they are called germs, and there are mainly 5 types of microbes, like bacteria, viruses, fungi, then protozoa. So we are having 5 types of microbes. First of all, if we will see bacteria are single celled organisms. They have only one cell. Single cell means they have only one cell. So some organisms are having only one cell and other organisms are having more than one cell. So bacteria are having only one cell. That is why they are called single celled organisms. They are found everywhere and in almost everything. Disease such as tuberculosis, typhoid, pneumonia, these are caused by bacteria. So these are single celled organisms and found everywhere in almost everything. So next is our viruses. They are smaller than bacteria. Viruses, they are smaller than bacteria, and disease such as chickenpox, dengue, polio, flu, common cold, these are caused by viruses. They are smaller than the bacteria and they cause disease like common cold, polio, flu, dengue, chickenpox, etc. Then next is our fungi. Fungi grow on dead and decaying matter and it causes disease such as ringworm and athlete's foot. So fungi grows on dead and decaying matter and it causes diseases such as ringworms and athlete's foot. Next is our protozoa. Protozoa are also known as little animals. Protozoan, they are also known as little animals. So protozoa, they are also single celled organisms and they are known as little animals. They cause diseases like malaria and dysentery. So malaria and dysentery, these are caused by protozoa. So different microbes, they cause different diseases. Different diseases are caused by different types of microbes, but there are some useful microbes. As I had told you, we have some microbes that are useful to us and some are causing disease to us. So those who are causing disease or the disease causing microbes, they are called germs. But there are some microbes which are useful to us, like we can take bacteria and fungi. So bacteria and fungi, some bacteria and fungi, they are helpful or useful to us. So like bacteria and fungi, they are helping us. Bacteria useful to change milk into curd. You might have seen that at our home we are keeping, our mothers are keeping milk and then overnight with a spoon of curd and the next day the whole milk is turned to curd. That is because of the bacteria. Bacteria helps to change the milk into curd. And bacteria also help in the digestion of roughage in animals. They produce vitamins in our body. They also help in the decay of dead plants and animals. Bacteria helps in decomposition. That means they helps in the decay of dead plants and animals. Then some bacteria help to make the soil fertile. So soil fertility, if the soil is fertile, then plants will grow very properly, means they will have a nice growth. So for that the bacteria is helping to make the soil fertile. Some bacteria present in our stomach help in digestion of food. So some bacteria are also present in our stomach and helping in the digestion of food. Then fungi are used in medicines. They are also used in making breads and biscuits. Fungi such as mushroom that we are eating, so it can be eaten. So mushroom is also a kind of fungi which is eaten and they are used in medicine. Some fungi are used in medicine also and they are used in making breads and biscuits. So some microbes are harmful and some are useful to us in various ways. So along with this, read your book and learn the useful microbes and the harmful microbes. What are the diseases caused by the microbes? So you have to learn them. And I will give the question answer. You have to write the question answer in your note copy and you have to learn them also.